Alright guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be reviewing the Wraith Esports W75. So first off, what comes in the box is a keycap switch puller, a cable braided Type-C. Then we have 3 extra Hall Effect KS20 switches. Then interestingly enough, we have a extra keycap set, which is shine through. So they offer a regular keycap set, it's cherry profile, I think TBT. Then they have these shine through. Honestly, to be honest, I think they shouldn't have included these and just use that money to give higher quality keycaps, because these are fine but they're not the best quality, or they should have just made it cheaper. But at least if you want shine through, you have the option. So next, in terms of the case, we have a knob here. It's a little loose, but it's not a big deal. It'd be nice if it was a little tighter. It would feel more premium if it was more tight. Then we have a 2-stage feet like that. I'm currently using it on this stage. We have these white feet on the bottom. You can see on the bottom it's transparent, but there is foam there, so you can't see the PCB. And then so in terms of disassembly, there's these clips. It's actually pretty hard to take off. You're going to be pretty strong. I thought I was going to break the case when I was doing it. It is a little difficult. It'd be nice if they made it easier, but most people are not going to be taking apart this keyboard. There's not much modding you can do. I did a tape mod, but most people aren't taking this apart anyway. It is also gasket mounted. So one weird thing about this keyboard is that the Type-C port is usually like right in the middle, like more over here, or it's on the side. It's just in a weird spot. Also, not a big deal, but I'm going to plug it in so I can show you the RGB. So the RGB is pretty good, especially it's transparent case. Usually I don't care about RGB, but since it's like this type of case, I kind of like it. It is customizable in the software. So the software, you can change the rapid trigger, you could change the RGB, you could change key mappings. So I've been told that the software is OEM and that they're making their own software, but who knows if that'll actually happen. But whatever. In terms of performance, in-game feel, this feels really responsive, really good. One of my favorite keyboards to game with. So it supports 8K polling, but it's only 1K scan rate, so it's not really real 8K. It has a pretty good rapid trigger. This is really the only keyboard I've cared to like keep it on. Typing feel is the best on any Hall Effect keyboard I've tried. This is the 4th one I've tried. Best typing feel, feels closest to a mechanical keyboard. In terms of the sound, so it has Gateron magnetic KS20U dual roll switches. It sounds pretty solid. Not as good as mechanical switches, but fairly good for a Hall Effect keyboard, and I actually really like the sound of this board. It has screw-in stabs, which is I think the first time I've seen that on a Hall Effect board. Maybe the Boog that I have has it also, but they're fairly good pre-lubed. I would say it's only worth it to use screw-in stabs if you pre-lube them all, and they did that. In terms of price, it is $146. And in terms of availability, so right now on Wraith's website, if you live in like Europe and some other countries, you can buy it right now. In terms of the US, it wasn't stock on Lethal Gaming Gear, but they sold out. But they did tell me they will periodically restock so a small amount of units. So you just have to look out to, if you want it, grab it right away. You could probably put your email on the site and they'll send you an email when they restock if you really want it. In terms of Canada, I have no idea if you can buy this in Canada or like Australia. Maybe they'll stock with those retailers eventually, but you definitely could buy it for Europe and the US, and I think maybe some Middle Eastern countries. But overall, I think this is a solid keyboard. I do think 146 is a little bit high for like a plastic keyboard like this. I feel like maybe 130 would be a better price, but I wouldn't say it's super overpriced. I would say it's still a decent value. Very enjoyable keyboard to use, especially if you want that rapid trigger. The main things I just really think is criticism is that it would be nice if they tighten this knob so it'd feel more premium. They maybe make the case a little easier to open, and just I would say either make the keycaps better quality and not include these, or just not include them and make it a little cheaper, because I just think it's kind of e-waste. Most people are not going to use 2 keycap sets. If they really want both, then maybe make an option where when you buy it, you can choose one. But yeah, overall, solid keyboard. I do recommend it if you like this aesthetic. If you don't like this aesthetic, you might want to just pick up aluminum board. But if you want this aesthetic, yeah, recommend it. And I'll end up the sound test.